you are really, really careful about who you hire and when you hire, because you are only going to hire someone if you really, really need that position.
Hey everyone, this is Nazar Akil from Max Pro.
Hi, I'm Linda.
And I'm Paul.
And we're 11 Pebbles.
Hi, this is Lopa Vandermersch from Rasa.
Oh, you're listening to,
And you are listening to the E-Comm Show.
Welcome to the Ecommerce Show, presented by BlueTuskr, the #1 place to hear the inside scoop from other e-commerce experts, where they share their secrets on how they scaled their business and are now living the dream. Now, here is your host, Andrew Maff.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Ecommerce Show. I'm your host, Andrew Maff, and today I am here with, I hope I get this one, Catarina Oliveira of Hey Harper. How was that close?
Nailed it.
It was a little off, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you for lying. Super excited to have you on the show. Really looking forward to this one. I know this space pretty well, and it's always very interesting to me to hear all the differences of the way that people approach things. But why don't we do the fun aspect, pretend that no one knows who you are, and let you kind of tell everyone about your background, where you at, where you are, where you've been, where you're at, and we'll
Hi,
go from there.
First, Andrew, thank you so much for inviting me to be at your show. So basically, I'm Catarina Oliveira. I'm from Lisbon, Portugal, and I've started Hey Harper 4 years ago on 2018. And we are a waterproof jewelry brand. And basically last year, in 3 years, we are self-funded. I think it's important to share that with you. And last year, we made $5 million in revenue, and we are on our way to double it in 2022. So basically, before I started at Harper, I worked pretty much in different fields, but everything is connected, to be honest. So I worked at Louis Vuitton at the store, and it was amazing to have a little bit of experience with the customers and everything. And then I worked at a digital agency to build websites and everything. And after that, and before Hey Harper, I used to manage a models agency. After that, I decided to leave the agency where I were working, and I was a little bit bored. So I started to make jewelry at home, and actually things started to take off. And here I am, to be honest.
Wow, you have been in a
Yeah.
lot of different places. So one thing you mentioned that's very interesting to me. So you started Hey Harper 4 years ago. You did 5 million last year. You're projected to do
Yes,
10 this
exactly.
year. Is that right? So how did you manage that growth in year
So,
5?
It's fourth.
4.
On the 4th year, yes. So basically, I think that one interesting thing about our growth is that when I started at Harper, it literally started as I started at home doing jewelry by myself, and started a page on Instagram. And one important thing here is that my boyfriend started with me, and he while doing another job, and he was doing acquisition. So from the moment zero, we start doing paid ads. So we were very small, and we already were doing paid advertising on Instagram and Facebook. So it helped us a lot to reach a bigger audience. And since the day zero, we started our main markets were US, UK, and Germany, pretty much because of this. Also, this is not enough to grow until this point. I think that one thing that we have really it's strong at Hey Harper is our growth mindset. So even when we were at home doing jewelry, we decided to put very clear goals, monthly goals. So even when you are a small brand or starting something for fun, I really advise people to just decide a goal. like next month I want to do 20K. And when you do this, you start to wake up thinking about how you're going to reach that, and you start to say, "Okay, what can I do? Why I'm not reaching this? Am I contacting enough influencers? Am I doing launching enough products? Am I taking enough photo shoots?" So when you start putting goals, even if you are really really small, I really believe that this is game changing. And yeah, that's what happened with us. I think it was crucial for our success.
So this year, doubling your business, your growth is really based on you guys have just been really good at setting certain goals and making sure that you're hyper focused on hitting those goals. There was no like one overnight like viral thing or some kind of PR, anything around that.
It is absolutely focused
Wow.
on goals. We are absolutely focused, goals driven. We our main channels, of course, right now it's our main channel is our website. It's where we sell. We started to do wholesale this year, so we already are at Zalando, About You, and other retailers to diversify the channels, of course. But yeah, only this year we started doing PR. So what is working for us is we are really good at defining goals and working for it. And basically, we do everything through our, but most of it is come from our paid media. We have ads on basically every platform: Google Ads, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And also,
Yeah.
of course, we are really focused on our product. So we have designers in house. We don't focus on copying what is trending right now. We are focused on delivering and designing specific pieces. So I think that everything combined, it's working pretty well.
So I know that the jewelry space is incredibly complicated because it is very crowded. Your differentiator, obviously,
Yeah.
being that it's waterproof jewelry. Now, I'm a guy; I don't wear as much jewelry. Isn't most jewelry waterproof? Isn't that kind of sort of the case? Or
You
how
are
wrong?
totally
am I?
wrong. So, so
It happens. I'm
so
used to it.
basically, the only thing what is so gold is gold color is in gold, right? Other than gold, every material on these earth is either silver or bronze, but mainly silver. Even stainless steel, which is a material that we use, is silver. But the problem here is until Hey Harper, people or the jewelry makers used to do what they do is sterling silver, then which is silver, and then they give it a bath. But the bath, it's only a bath. So every time you wash your hands or take a shower or whatever, put perfume or even with your sweat, the color starts to fade. Also, there are a lot of bad materials, for example, brass, that with your sweat, for example, it starts to get rusty and green. So, and the thing here is most of the jewelry are either then made in brass or silver because it's way cheaper, of course, than gold. So, yeah, the thing what we introduced here was stainless steel with a completely different bath. It's called PVD coating. Instead of bathing the pieces in gold, it's a chemical bath. It's totally different, and it's way stronger than the usual bath. And yeah, we are able to say that it lasts a lifetime.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So the bath that you're putting it into, this chemical that you're using, is that proprietary to you guys, or is that
No, yeah,
something that
widely known.
is
It's widely known.
licensable?
Everyone, stainless steel
Yeah.
before being used in jewelry, it's super common to use. It's so resistant. It's what, for example, our appliances at home are made of, or bridges, or pretty much everything is built from a lot of things, especially the ones that last really long are made of stainless steel. So it's pretty common, but it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's recent the usage of to make it in jewelry.
Okay. So I know with jewelry, you kind of go through, although you did mention you don't really cater too much to trends, but there is, seasonality to certain pieces. And then, after a while, pieces just kind of go out of trend. And like, how often are you releasing new products? What's that whole like cycle like when
Actually, the
you're
funny part
releasing
here
new
is that
stuff?
our bestseller has been the bestseller for more than 2 years now. We yeah. Uh, we don't have fall, winter, spring, summer launches. We launch products pretty much every week. We launch 4 to 5 products every week, because in terms of a brand, we did a benchmark and we were offering a much smaller catalog than our competitors, and we saw correlation between the sales and the number of products that you are offering, especially when compared with your competitors. So we decided to have more products. So we were launching 4 to 5 products every week, and what we do is what works, we rebuy it, we make a reorder, and pretty much continue sell it, and until the time we see that no one the purchase declines. So that's why we have products that are here since I launched the Harper. We have a pair of earrings which are very, very everyone uses. It's super simple. It's like a hook with a pearl, and it's since the beginning. So what we focus here is, we know that the essential pieces are pieces that you wear. We look at this like, for example, jeans and white t-shirts. We all need them. We are always using them all the time. Even if we buy a new blazer or a new dress, we all have white t-shirt, black t-shirts, gray t-shirts, and jeans. And we look at our pieces the same way, designing pieces that it never goes out of style. And we are going to make a test right now, I can share with you, to start introducing more special pieces, and those pieces limited edition. But apart from that, everything we sell on our website, we feel like it's something that you can use for years, and that's the goal at the same time.
You'd mentioned that a lot of the marketing approach that you've taken, at least from the beginning, was on a paid advertising side. Have you done anything, let's say with like an influencer marketing? Have you guys
Yes.
gone in that
So when
direction at
you
all?
do a lot of, or when you have mainly acquisition through paid media, you have a problem here, especially when you start to scale and invest more and more money. First, of course, you decrease your ROAS because you are investing much more money, and the second thing here is, of course, the brand value. So it's different to build a brand through PR, influencers, social credibility, or advertising through paid media. So we started like 1 year and a half ago. We started to invest more on the branding side and the long term, because paid media is really good to grow fast, to have money fast. Long term investments, of course, being self-funded, we don't have much money available to invest in branding or long-term growth. It has to be really, really carefully thought. But we started to invest recently, and we have influencers. Right now, we are doing paid partnerships, purely focused on awareness. But it's something that we started 1.5 years ago. Previous that, we were working with discount codes with influencers. So basically, they would share our brand and a discount code, and we would pay them per sale. But we stopped doing that 8 months ago.
Why'd
There
you
are
stop doing
several problems here. First, influencers don't like to do it because they only receive if they sell. And we have to look at this, of course, from their side and have a little empathy with them, because basically they are working and maybe get paid. And what they say is, okay, even if I don't sell, I'm doing an awareness job, so I deserve at least a baseline. And we wanted to start working with different influencers that simply say no to promo codes. So we had to do that to make that goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I find that to be common. A lot of them don't
exactly.
really love the promo code approach. Have you ventured into like TikTok realm yet, or are you still mainly focused on the Facebook,
We
Instagram,
started
YouTube
to do
side?
paid media on TikTok recently. Yes, a few months ago. It's something that it's a channel that is showing really great results. To be honest with you, and a lot of people are coming to our website from TikTok. To be honest, we are not that good yet creating content for TikTok. It's a totally different approach. It's a totally different tone of voice,
Yeah.
you see. So I think that we are still figuring out how to communicate our brand, because it has to be entertaining. The idea is to go viral, and yeah, we are still thinking and going through how can
Mhm.
we do it, and what voice we have there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting channel. I find it hilarious because you get a lot of e-commerce sellers that are used to, if it works on Facebook, and it works on Instagram, I can replicate it and try it on YouTube ads or Snapchat or something like that. But like when you go to TikTok, none of that stuff works. You have to create all new stuff. It's got to be a completely different approach. It's interesting, but I have definitely seen like you do it right,
No,
and it
totally,
is a gold
totally,
mine right
totally.
now.
And
So
I
that's
think that everyone is still trying to
yeah.
figure out how to work there and how to grow there. So pretty much like the first one
Hmm.
who nailed it, like you said, it's a gold mine. But yeah, we are working around that. But it's showing great results. It's very, very promising. It's not the raw is it's not still what we want or what we demand, but it's getting there.
Hmm. Yeah. I actually want to go back to something you mentioned that you kind of skimmed over, because I got to give you credit for this. You started Hey Harper and you've bootstrapped the whole thing, correct? Like you're on pace to do 10 million after your fourth year, and you
Zero.
had zero investors, correct? That's amazing. Did you put anything in
No,
yourself
I
in the
have to be
beginning?
honest with you here is because I think that what helped here is when you start an e-commerce business, and it's something that I want to share with everyone, because what I learned here is there are business that you can't do this because you really have to first invest on the product, finding out the product, and you have to buy stock or invest. But in my case, it was on demand, and I just did the same the first two pieces, and once you sell it, you after 2 3 days you have the money, so you are able to
Hmm.
receive the money, tell people okay, it's handmade, it takes 5 to 10 days to be shipped, and then you receive the money and you are able to go buy the materials, do the jewelry yourself, and then ship it. So basically, if you do it well, you don't have to put up front money. And if you
Hmm.
manage things, what you have to do next, of course, it's invest part of your margin in paid media again and start to grow from there. What I think that worked really well was that I was not obsessed with having everything perfect, because a lot of people in the beginning buy the perfect packaging, buy the perfect pieces, buy the perfect everything, and you don't have to do this. If I'd show you how I used to send the pieces in the beginning, you would tell that I would just, it looks like a Chinese stuff sent from AliExpress or whatever. It looked so bad,
Yeah.
but it was so cheap for me in the beginning. It was amazing because it really helped me to evolve. And of course, right now we have high standards of everything, but
Hmm.
in the beginning you don't have to do it. In the beginning I was just focused on two things: sell and dispatch orders, and it was like this during 2 years. And only after that, of course, when you are bootstrapped, you are really really careful about who you hire and when you hire, because you are only going to hire someone if you really really need that position. Other than that, you are always going to try
Hmm.
to do it by yourself. And I think that it was something that we did really really well, because in the beginning we used to have people on acquisition and people dispatching orders, and then it was me. All the photo shoots were in my home. even when we were making $2 million, our photo shoots were in my backyard. It was crazy, and the model was one of my best friends. So you have to, my point here is one have to relax and understand, okay, this is not my dream yet, in the sense of, okay, this is not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. And I think it's a juggle, but if you manage things well, there are still positions we don't have. For example, we don't have a designer, a graphic designer at the Harvard. Everything is made by our brand manager, acquisition manager. So we hire people that have a lot of skills besides the job they are doing. And it really helps to manage stuff. I feel that the 25 people we have at the Harper are really, really, really needed. And I think it's the most important stuff. That's how you manage being bootstrapped, saving and applying the money wisely.
Yeah.
Because you don't have it.
That's a very good point. That's awesome. That's a really challenging way to go. It does make it a little bit easier when it's handmade and it's
it isn't
made on
anymore.
demand,
We buy everything comes from China. So right now, everything comes from there. So right now it's not anymore handmade anymore.
And are you still dealing with supply chain issues?
No, at all. I think that the main issue for us at Harper is China is the only jewelry producer in stainless steel. So we are only buying from them. It's the only possibility. And they have the Chinese New Year. So what happens, and it's the same that happens to basically every brand that buys from them, is that they close in January, February, and March. So it means that you have to buy a lot of upfront stock. And when you are bootstrapped, it can be challenging because you have to put a lot of upfront money. So it's challenging, of course.
This was amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show. Really appreciate it. I'd love to give you the opportunity. Obviously, please let everyone know where they can find out more about you.
Basically, we have a website. It's heyharpershop.com, and you can find it there. And if you want to connect or would like to connect, you can find me on LinkedIn, Catarina Oliveira. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Catarina, thank you so much for being on the show. Obviously, everyone who tuned in, thank you as well. Please make sure you do the whole rate, review, subscribe, or whatever on whichever podcast platform you want, or just head over to ecommshow.com. You can find everything there. But as usual, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ecomm Show. Head over to ecommshow.com to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform or on the BlueTuskr YouTube channel. The Ecomm Show is brought to you by BlueTuskr, a full-service digital marketing company specifically for e-commerce sellers looking to accelerate their growth. Go to BlueTuskr.com now for more information. Make sure to tune in next week for another amazing episode of The Ecomm Show.